morning, I'm Reverend Gary, and welcome to Yuma Center for Spiritual Living. Everyone here in the flesh, everyone here online. I tell you, last time I was in this building, I was by myself in the dark during that storm. What a strange experience. But how wonderful to know that when it's crazy out there, it was calm and still. And I think the energy of, you feel that peace here, don't you? That stillness, that calm, that connection. It was even deeper. So I'm so grateful for this building, this place, this community, this consciousness that we have. And I've missed you. I've been gone up to San Diego to two of our biggest churches, one for a service and then one for an ordination of Reverend Sarah Adams, who's been here, who we all love. And it's so wonderful to visit our sister centers because a lot of them are a lot bigger and they have a lot of bells and whistles. And I hope they're not watching. They're probably listening to their own services. They have something, they are missing something that we have. And that's you. All the love that is so tangible. It's our centers aren't about just what's up here. It's who comes with your open hearts, your open minds, all the love that you have to give. And so when they'd ask me, so what's it like in Yuma? I talked about you. I brought you up because this is such a beautiful collection of people coming together to deepen our spirituality, to improve ourselves, and to improve the world. So it's a pretty beautiful thing, isn't it? So be proud, keep loving, and doing the great job that you are. And let's celebrate together today by standing up, kicking off our service in song. Welcome.
You are welcome here. 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 Everybody welcome. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome. Our arms are wide open. There's room for everyone. Wherever you go and wherever you're from, you are whole. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Clap if you want to. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Whatever you've been through, you found us somehow. Wherever you are on your journey now, you are whole. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. I am welcome here. I am welcome here. I am welcome here. We are welcome here. We are welcome here. We are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
So speaking of that loving, welcoming nature, I think that's our theme song. I love that. How healing just for someone to know that they're welcome here in their completeness and all who we are and kind of where we are with all the miracles and all the mess. I think that's beautiful. Thank you. For my 5 minutes, I'm going to start it off with a story. And it's a story where I share a little insight that I had and then a little bit of transparency. So I was up on one of our cool recent evenings on my flat roof. I have a patio up there. It was a beautiful evening. There was not a cloud in the sky. It was pretty typical for Yuma. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go up there. The neighbors can't see. I'm going to lay on my back and I'm going to meditate, but not with my eyes closed, but my eyes open. I thought, you know, it's kind of a neat way to meditate once in a while. And I thought, well, it's Yuma. There's not going to be anything I'm going to see. Clear blue sky. But it wasn't long into it, but I did see something. There was something in my field of vision, and it was moving. So of course that kind of took me out of my meditative connection, and I'm looking at this thing, trying to study it, only to realize, I was frustrated for two things. Number one, I allowed my meditation to be distracted. Number two, it kind of stung when I realized it was an eye floater. I'm like, good Lord, Darren, thank goodness you're alone and there are no witnesses. Although I've got to say, for my own defense, I have some pretty fluffy floaters. They're big. But I'm laying there, and then it took me into this place of realization. Isn't that how our lives can be sometimes? We see something out there, we think we know what it is, but it's really something else. Or we see something out there that doesn't even exist. And we react to it, don't we? We see something that we chase after. We see something that we run away from. We see something we think we want it. We think we don't want it. But we don't really see it for what it is, or if it even exists. Man, so what a wonderful reminder of why we blink. What a wonderful reminder of why we meditate. Because if what we see with the eyes, with our brown, blue, and green eyes, are what is the truth from in here, if we want true sight, the sight with our soul, what sees what's really going on, we close our physical eyes and we go within. Doesn't that shift what we see? Doesn't that shift how we feel? It is wonderful. Do you ever feel that after you have meditated, that everybody else meditated too? That it seems like we have our own little spiritual makeover, and then we come out from that and we see more peace in people. We have a more clear understanding of what's really going on in our lives. We blink for that clear sight, and we meditate for that clear knowing. People, of course, turn to meditation for calming, and that's wonderful, and we do that. But I strongly encourage you to remember meditation for clear spiritual sight, clear knowing. Because when we know our wholeness and our completeness, when we know our connection, we see that in ourselves, we know that in ourselves, and we make decisions based upon that. That's where we manifest from. When we know our completeness and our connection, and we see that in everybody else, what a more beautiful, joyous, and peaceful experience we are going to have. Because through meditation, we've wiped clean the windows of our soul. So like that little floater, it went on by. As our experiences do, they go on by. Our experiences have no power of their own. They're temporary. It's that certain form that's showing up in that moment. And when we want to consciously choose a new experience, we close our eyes. We go within and remember who we are and our connection and that God power within us. We make a different choice and we open our eyes to a different experience. So I encourage you to go deeply into your meditation to calm and to clear so that you may clearly see and clearly know the beauty of who you are. And so it is. And to share a reading by Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our spiritual movement, I welcome to the pulpit, Miss Judy. Thank you.
Good morning, family.
Good morning.
So, the reading today is from The Essential Ernest Holmes, and you can find it on page 42. I'll put on my glasses so I can see what I'm reading. The standard of spirit is ageless, changeless, unvarying. It is perfection, nothing less. When the level of the individual's thinking is divorced from that of the world and raised to that of the spirit, his standard changes from that of imperfection to perfection. And this is the true norm. Regardless of his present experience, man has access to perfection for the smallest detail of his life. Spirit could not possibly have any idea which is less than perfection. Anything less than this implies an imperfect spirit, or something opposed to God, which cannot be. Spirit knows only the perfect and knows nothing of the imperfect. Every step of the great creative activity of spirit has been characterized by perfection. The tiniest organism adheres to a perfect pattern and functions according to perfect law. The blade of grass is a thing of perfection, functioning perfectly in its particular sphere. All its atoms are things of perfection, acting and reacting according to perfect law. The same perfection is true regarding man. But, with this exception, man can think, and has gradually built mental concepts of imperfection, has gazed upon them, then has fallen down and worshipped them. Instead of knowing a God of perfection, man, in his imagination, has created many gods of imperfection, and they are all creatures of his own imagination. They have no basis in reality. And so it is. So it is.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can I have my candle lighters, please? We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that people of all faiths and lifestyles, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As Lynn lights the healing candle, please say silently out loud or put in Facebook comments the names of those you would like to hold in the healing flame of God's eternal love. God, spirit, source, energy, universe, the thing itself, stretching throughout time and referred to by many names, one truth remains the same. There is a force that creates all, surrounds all, and flows through all. It is omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, and all-loving. Remembering that the universe is made of itself, and we are spiritual beings in this universe, we know that we too are made of the God stuff of the universe. With this in mind, we too embody the God qualities of knowledge, power, presence, and love. as souls experiencing what it means to be human. We affirm that we know and see God working in our lives and the lives of others. We feel the energy of God shape and transform our lives, revealing itself, revealing ourselves, and expressing all of the love and goodness of the universe. We affirm that life itself teaches us the nature of God, that knowledge expresses through and enlightens our consciousness to better fulfill the unique and precious individualities that we are. What a blessing it is to know God. We are forever grateful to know these truths. We are so blessed to feel, witness, and experience the love of God in our lives, and we are grateful to experience the joy, peace, and harmony that comes with this knowledge. Feeling the surety of these words, we release this prayer to the universe and allow it to do its work. Together we say, and so it is. Thank you.
Example of how loving this spiritual community is and how people fall in love with you. People always say, oh, you know, the guest speakers come because they know me. They come the first time because they know me. They come the second, third, 80th times because they know and love you. And Swami Sankarananda, he is a wonderful example of that. He came here to speak with us when he was walking across the country. He came here to speak with us when he was living up near Cottonwood in the Sedona area. And now he speaks with us when he is in person in this part of the world, now that he lives in West Virginia. And we're grateful to have him when he's here in person, which will be next month, that he's going to be coming back, or excuse me, I think in November, he's going to be coming, we'll announce that here in person. But between those visits, we can have him through the magic of an electronic talk. So I'm grateful to have with us, and he's online, watching with us, Swami Sankarananda.
It's so good to be with you. Thank you, Darren, for the opportunity. Thank you, everyone, for allowing me to join you in this way. It's been a couple of years since I've been with you in the flesh, physical, and there's several of you where we haven't actually been able to meet physically, yeah. And I'm looking forward to that. Darren has me on the schedule for November. I'll be back in Arizona in November, God willing. And I look forward to joining you. It's the end of November. We'll have a silent retreat, Be Still and Know silent retreat over the weekend prior, and of course you'll be invited. Shiloh, that's in Cornville, that is the location where we had ashram for a few years. was able to visit regularly in the flesh. And so I'm really looking forward to this, and then this opportunity today. Darren asked about topic and love, and very specifically, here I'm sitting underneath Peace Pilgrim image. You can see, here I'll do that. You can see Peace Pilgrim, the image just directly above my head, and then it looks like over my right shoulder, which is actually over my left shoulder. This one is the left. And those are her well-worn sneakers. Over her 27 years of walking, she went through approaching 40, about 36, 37 pairs of those, and that is one of the pairs of those well-worn sneakers that dear Peace Pilgrim had worn. And this quote 10 years ago made it into the signature line for my emails. So some of you have even seen it, at least from here. The way of peace is the way of love. Love is the greatest power on earth. It conquers all things. It conquers all things. Interesting. And so, Dr. Holmes, yesterday morning, preparing for this, I was looking for a talk on YouTube from Dr. Holmes and found one and watched it. Beautiful, and I'll share. Love is the conquering power is the name. You hear that parallel, yeah? I wasn't searching conquer, I was searching love from Dr. Holmes. And that's the one that came up. Conquer is a big word. Love is a big word. And so we want to discuss this practically speaking, very practically, not just a big thing that remains up there. And three topics this morning. The first is, what is love? The second is, where is love? The third is, how and why to employ it. And this will, God willing, if we're successful in this. So it turns out, and I'll share a little of my personal experience, but it turns out we don't know what love is. That sounds brutal, I suppose, it might, but we don't know what love is. Now, the narrator that we live with, that masquerades inside as me, it says, I know. And it says, I know so much. It is so annoying. It seems like others are annoying, and yet it's the narrator that I'm living with that has an opinion about everything that is annoying. And so I thought I knew what love is. Now, just to check in, we can do show of hands, and I'm looking. Who here wants to be loved? Yeah? And who here wants to love? Right? Who here feels that they get enough love? And who here feels that the love that they offer is accepted in an appropriate manner? Yeah? So, it turns out that what we long for here is quite vexing. And in fact, the concept of love is quite vexing. Vexing, hard to sort out, hard to put your finger on. In fact, as a concept, love is vexing. As a reality, it is the highest. And as a choice, it is wisdom. Hard, but wise. And so I said, this is what we explore. Here's a little of Swami's story. Again, I thought I knew. Thank God I realized I didn't know a single thing. Thank God that I realized I didn't know anything about anything meaningful. And here's an example. So I was in love This is what I would say, that I was in love. And yet there was a point at which it seemed that the love was gone. It was lost. And that seemed so weird to me. It was very hard to deal with. And I'm involved in these crazy behaviors in order to try to replace it. And I mean, really, in retrospect, quite crazy. And certainly not in accordance with the vow that I had made. And I did make a project out of this at that time. I made a point of asking the friends that I knew at that time, what is it that your partner could do, say or do, like that, for which you could not love them any longer? And everyone had an answer. And that was shocking, including me, of course. That was shocking because at the crux of the matter, love is a requirement for me, and the love that I long for is unconditional, without any condition whatsoever. In other words, I couldn't say a thing to lose it. I couldn't do a thing to lose it. This is actually what I'm longing for. And yet I can't give it. And here we are. I had imagined that like and love were the same thing. And this is very important stuff to realize this. Because it seems like this is what it is. It seems like it. And everybody, it seems like, is saying this. And oh my God, look at our society today. It's like this love is this transitory. But like is a mental thing. Like is this narrator of my life who says to me, I like this and I don't like that. And by the way, world is the pairs of opposites, meaning everything has relative existence. Nothing has independent existence. Cold only exists related to hot. Rich only exists related to poor. High only exists related to low. North only exists related to south. Like that. And sometimes I'll ask, how tall are you? How tall are you? And then I'll ask, whose feet are you measuring yourself by? Because, I mean, don't worry, I'm not going to pull up my foot, I'll use a hand. But everything is relative. And this is very important to realize and to allow for. Like is not other than dislike. It's just the opposite of. So if I like a thing, I also dislike the thing. And this is mental. And it will change because I might like it and then I have too much of it, or I decide that I don't like it, correct? And so when we categorize love as a thing and make it about like, that's an error. This is not what these saints and sages are talking about. They're not talking about make yourself love, because you can't. But you can tap into love. Here's some. So I realized I didn't know anything. Thank God. And I asked for help because I didn't know. What is love? Where is it? Happiness. I just wanted to be happy. Who's happy here? How to be happy? Where is happiness? What is happiness? These questions I never asked, but the narrator told me I know. I believe, and I followed it like the oh my God, like the fish on bait, on the hook. And so, and this waking up, the beginning of waking up is the realization I don't know. This narrator doesn't know, and I'm not the narrator, by the way. The narrator is the voice in the head telling me this and that. Seems like my thoughts, but no. And so, in this place where I surrendered and I said, teach me, Lord, teach me, I am thine. All I want is to know you and to serve you. Please teach me. And from this place I knew that I didn't know, and I'm ready to listen, I'm ready to learn. So I got carried away to India, and as I'm asking questions, I'm being given answers which are pointers, the finger pointing to the moon, The moon is real, the finger is pointing to it. The light is real, the finger points within. What does that mean? Well, we have to ask and discover. And so I'm asking, discovering, being given practices, and I feel love. This is the only way I could call it. I feel like I'm falling in love with the world. And so I tell Swami Ramasrupanandaji this, and he corrects me on the spot. He says, no, not falling in love, rising in love. And he said, people believe that love is what you do. He said, it's not. Love is who you are. And this is a key. I allowed for it, and I chose to work with it. And I surrendered to it, because in a way it made profound sense. And so I proceeded to continue to work to get out of my way in that way, although I would say, really, love is who you are. Love is at your center. This whole like-dislike thing is not actually who you are, and these are choices. Do I trust the mind, or do I trust the source? Like this. Do I trust love? And so I put it to work. I asked, make me an instrument of love. Make me an instrument of that love. And set about doing whatever I could to actualize. And so what is love really? It's who you are. It is goodwill. It is caring. And we're trying to address it in positive ways. It is without condition. It is unconditional. I can also say it is God in you, like this, in each of us. It is in the center of each of us. It is transsensorial. It's not something that can be seen or heard or tasted or touched or smelled, not in this way. And yet by the sight and the hearing and the smell and the touch, etc., love itself explores the world and experiences the world. It is right at my center. It is a real power. It exists. I can utilize it. This is what's being shared. How can I utilize it? By calling it forward. I can choose love. I can choose to love. I can choose to be loved. Just like this. It's not easy, but it's very, very, very simple. I can ask the Lord to help me to realize that I am loved. I can ask the Lord to help me to love. And I'll be given opportunities to do it. You know, if we categorize our experience of life, and we look at people, places, things, and experiences, then there are roughly 3 categories. One of them is the experiences, people, places that I like. And here's the mental conditioning coming back to us again. Another is the ones that I don't like. And then is the neutral category and everything in between, like this. I'm neutral about it. I don't really like it. I don't really dislike it, like this. And so if you look, you'll see the narrator has an opinion about everything, and it's like this. I like it. I don't like it. Please don't confuse when you hear the scriptures and the teachers in the different traditions. Jesus, for example, says, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy soul, and all thy mind, and love thy neighbor as thyself. He's giving us this clue. And then the third commandment that he gives us, he's on his way to the cross, is, as I have loved thee, love one another. As I have loved you, love one another. And of course, what Jesus exhibits as an embodiment is love in all the categories. It's absolute unconditional love in all of the categories. So like, dislike, and he's free to correct the one whose actions are not appropriate, and yet he does so from the place of love. And so he employs this power to open the door, and love opens every door. And you know this already. You know that when you feel accepted, you open up. And when you feel rejected, you close down. And so the great power is love, and the capacity to utilize it is to love all. Doesn't mean you have to like. It's not the same thing. How to love, how to love. I realize that it is a power within me, a great power within me, and I choose to utilize it. In what situations? Everyone, eventually. Eventually. I practice with it. I practice love. I practice being love. I practice loving. I practice feeling loved. Please forgive, as I said, practical. And it's just like this. There's no real barrier to it. There's no real blockage to it. You don't have to like the situation that you're in. You simply have to accept this is what it is. That's it. The great yogi, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, some of you might have heard of him. There's a university that he founded, in fact, in Iowa, which is a premier university, great university, University of Arts and Sciences both. And so he was asked, what is this stress? In fact, he had asked the question himself, it led to a discussion, and it resolved here. He said, I get it. Stress is resistance to existence, which is what my mind seems to be all about. Having an objection about everything, either now or then or in the future, problems everywhere. And where's the problem? Well, there's an opportunity or problem. Which is it? You see, it's my choice. Same situation, it's either an opportunity or problem. Untrained mind will say it's a problem. Trained mind will say it's an opportunity. This is great, I can bring love into this situation, the greatest power, and love will open all of the doors. Love will lead the way. Love will light the room. Love will help everyone to be free. This is what is the truth of the situation. And love is the way of peace, because love eases the situation and eliminates all of the problem aspect of the situation. It eliminates all of the difficulties, turns it all into opportunities to love, and opens the door. And so love is peace, and love is joy as well, because it is joyful to be loved, to know that I am loved, and it is joyful to love, to know that there is no restriction to the offering of love. And in fact, I lose myself in love, don't I? Yeah, so that's true for each of us. So this is the simple, straightforward scoop. There's really not more to it. I want to encourage you, and I want also to draw back on Dr. Holmes. Dr. Holmes says that we must engage in affirmational prayer. And this is true, affirmational prayer. We have to affirm life, the glory of life within our life. If we don't engage in affirmational prayer, we get stuck in samsara, we get stuck in the wheel of suffering. But if we engage in affirmational prayer, if we affirm the presence of that which we seek here, then we experience God inside. We experience the kingdom outside. This is the only requirement, is to see it. Because what we're seeking is here and now. And so affirmational prayer. So if we could, let's engage in a little affirmational prayer as we close our time this morning. So love is who I am. Love is here and now. And I employ love because it is the great power, and it opens all of the doors. It is the way of peace. It is the way of joy. As we started with these three questions, this is what's being shared. is real and I can utilize it. And so let's engage in affirmation. You can close your eyes gently, and I'll just ask you to repeat after me first. I am love.
I am love.
And now please repeat it 3 times on your own.
I am love. I am love. I am love.
Now you can listen carefully. Dear Lord, help me to realize that I am love. Dear Lord, help me to realize that I am love. Number 2. Please repeat after me. I am loved.
I am loved.
And now please repeat 3 times on your own.
I am loved. I am loved. I am loved.
I will remember that I am loved, regardless of how it seems, regardless of what the narrator of my life tells me. I will remember, I will realize that I am actually loved, that the experiences that are coming into my life are coming from love to help me, that life is doing for me, not against me. Dear Lord, please help me to realize and remember that. And now number 3. I will be loving. Please repeat after me. I will be loving. And 3 times, please.
I will be loving. I will be loving. I will be loving.
I will employ this great power of love, which is who I really am, in every situation. I will direct it towards everyone and everything. I will do this in order to free everyone and everything from suffering. I know that it works. I know that I have this power because it's who I truly am. It's love. I am loving. I will be loving. Dear Lord, help me. Make it so. So God bless us, everyone. It's been wonderful being with you. I'm really looking forward to being back with you in November in the flesh.
Good morning. Good morning. I have to be barefooted for this song because I have to be connected to Mother Earth to let it all hang out there. Okay. Let me walk to the banks of the river of love, where the current runs deep, baptized in the one, where there's no separation and the light is all we see, uttering all our differences and love will set us free. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. I said, oh, you rock my soul. I said, oh, you rock my soul. I see the blessings of the past. It's time to requalify. Let's not forget, but not to forgive. God knows we gotta try. It's my responsibility to heal the compassion, faith and hope and love and truth will set us free. Oh, Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. I said, oh, you rock my soul. I said, oh, you rock my soul. I said, Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. I said, oh, you rock my soul. I said, oh, you rock my soul.
I do believe she just rocked our souls. That was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Lynn. And thank you to Swami, watching online and connecting with us and reminding me it's November, so that he'll be coming back. And now is our time of conscious giving and sharing of our infinite supply with this spiritual center. And it's a wonderful time for us to remember that our support doesn't just help on Sundays, for us to be able to be here to share this life-changing message, but for all the workshops we offer, all the classes we offer, and that we share our building like we are going to this afternoon with other groups from the community who share our values, who believe in making a safe space, who believe in uplifting and celebrating the beauty of life. So thank you for your support. And let's take our offerings and say our affirmative giving blessing together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of this center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is.
It goes forth and multiplies. I send it out and let it go. It comes back to me in time. My joy is overflowing. I know God is my source. My money is like a bunny. It goes forth and multiplies. My money is like a bunny. Everybody. It goes forth and multiplies. I send it out and let it go. It comes back to me in time. My joy is overflowing. I know God is my source. My money is like a bunny. It goes forth and multiplies. My money is like a bunny. It goes forth and multiplies.
Wonderful, and thank you to everyone for your gifts. And everyone watching online, you can go to YCSL.com and to give safely and securely. And we'll post that link here in a little bit. For announcements, before the first one, for the first slide, I wanted to share something that's really been beautiful that you've been experiencing on Sundays, and that has been Elia and Anna being up here to oversee the Flames of Faith and doing a wonderful job. As many of you probably already know, they are preparing to start practitioner training a year from now in September, so that's exciting. We have not had a practitioner class graduate since I did in like 2012 or something like that. So it's been a long time, and we're ready for that. And something special I wanted to share is when they're up here and they're reading their prayers, those are prayers that they wrote. They may sound so wonderful that you think that they came from Holmes or someone else. They're coming right from Anna and Elia, and that is powerful. So I want to celebrate that, to thank them, and to thank Carolyn. Carolyn has taken so many classes and has great high consciousness as well, and has always been up here to lead the prayers. So we're grateful that she doesn't have to do it every Sunday, that we could have different voices, different consciousness. But I wanted to celebrate Anna and Elia so that you know those prayers are authored by them. Fantastic work, thank you. And it's birthday Sunday. Who has a birthday this month? Ed Gallup, that's up on the screen, and Steve. Anybody else? Anybody online, let us know. It's wonderful. Well, happy birthday. We're celebrating you, and we'll be doing so after the service with ice cream cake. That's wonderful. Steve and Ed, wonderful. So join us out in the family room for that. And we have some fun activities going on together. We have a series of events called Let's Go Together, where we identify something, kind of officially identify an event out in the community that would be fun to attend together. And we have two fabulous ones coming up. Rocky Horror Picture Show, October 25th. And our own Matt is one of the stars. So an extra big reason to go. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah. And tickets are on sale now. That's going to be October 25th. If you want to see, Robin has the scoop, I think, don't you? Well, yeah, right. Ellie's not here. So if you have questions about it, about Rocky, if you want to see her or look on Facebook, we'll have more information. But the tickets are going fast, so I would get them soon. And that's October 25th, Rocky Horror Picture Show. And then a Halloween bash, Halloween night, a drag show. We like those. That's going to be fun. And that's Patty has been kind of organizing that. So if you have questions, see Patty, that'll be Halloween night. Both events are at the historic Yuma Theater. And what's most fun is, these are fun events, they're great events for us to go to, but we attend them together as a spiritual family. We love spending time together, and so that's the spiritual component that we're together and having a good time together. So those two events, if you need any more information, see the ladies, and we'll have more details for announcements and then on Facebook. And I said earlier about how we share our building with groups that share our vision, such as 12-step programs, 12-step groups, the Circle of Sisters, P-Flag, the group Citizens Creating Safe Spaces, 1 in 10, so many wonderful groups that come here because they know Yuma Center for Spiritual Living is a safe space. And today, several of those groups are going to be putting on a talk about where pride comes from. We know pride kind of as a march, kind of as a parade, but how did it begin? What was the history? What was the kind of the protest behind it and the shift in consciousness where people wanted to bring forward a different experience? That's going to be here in this room today at 3 o'clock. And then after the main presentation, there's going to be a fun craft activity where you can take a brick and paint it with a pride flag. That sounds like fun. So that will be, and it's a free event, and it will be here in this building at 3 o'clock. If you have any questions, just let me know. And I'm grateful that we'll be having that. And I'm super excited that Tuesday, the sound bath returns. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. It's been a while since we've had one. We had a preview. Yolanda Ruiz came here for Thursday meditation, and it was phenomenal. I think only 6 people came, and they were sound bathed up. All the drums and the chimes and her singing, her vocalizing, using her whole body really to create that meditative journey. So this Tuesday is going to be powerful at 7 o'clock. Of course, that's again a love offering. And I think there's going to be 4 sound healers here with singing bowls, and again, the drums and rattles and flutes. It's going to be powerful. The seating will be provided, or if you want to bring a blanket or a yoga mat and be on the floor, that's great too. But 7 o'clock, and a great time to bring a friend. People who somebody who's kind of spiritual, who you think might love our center. It's a great time to introduce them to us. So the sound bath on Tuesday. And chair yoga is about to begin. It starts September 13th with Cassandra Lohr. I've been talking about it quite a bit, so we'll keep that one quick. She's a wonderful healer in town with yoga, Tai Chi, sound healing, Reiki. She's a Reiki master, all of that stuff. And it starts on Saturdays at 11 a.m. And it's for all body sizes and shapes and ages and abilities. And she says too, it's nice, even if you don't need a chair for yoga, it's very beneficial. And she'll be having lots of practices, meditation and mantras and mudras and all of that. So it's not just yoga, it's really an hour-long, rich, well-rounded spiritual experience. And it's going to be second Sunday lunch next week already again, and that's going to be fun. Pedro has chosen a wonderful place for us, La Bodega. If anyone's been there, they have great food, a big menu. So we will be headed there next Sunday after the service to have more fun together, which is always wonderful. So thank you for that, Pedro. And thank you for everyone who's here today. Thank you for everyone online. Big thanks to Swami Sankarananda. Thank you for everyone connecting. It's been a beautiful day, and I've been grateful to have you here. And let's close our service in celebration by standing up, taking the hand of the person next to you in a big circle, and singing our peace song as our affirmation for the world. Good morning. Okay. There we go. There we are. And we're connected.
Okay, ready?
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Repeat after me, please. Something wonderful is happening in my life right now.
Something wonderful is happening in my life right now.
I know it.
I know
I
it.
believe it.
I believe
I
it.
feel it.
I feel
I
it.
accept it.
I accept it.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Oh, I need to